When the original was unveiled back in 2002, it took the world by storm. And now, this all-new model promises to do the same. It's made to deliver comfort in all conditions. It's made for simpler, more connected driving experiences. It's made for exploring open roads and expansive cities. The all-new XC90, it's made by Sweden. Effortless Scandinavian style is the cornerstone of every Volvo, but the firm wanted to create just the right impression with the new XC90. It needed to be bold, but not brash, imposing yet subtle and elegant, while also understated. It had to be every inch a Volvo, but a Volvo for a new generation. The XC90 is the first of a new breed of cars to wear the company's new, more prominent iron mark. Together with the Thor's Hammer daytime running lights, it creates a confident look that will be seen on future Volvo cars. When you first look at the car, a few key things stand out. The distinctive sculpted bonnet, that bold belt line, those sharpened shoulders, and of course, the familiar Volvo tail lamps. Initially, the XC90 will be available with a choice of 13 different colours, with a range of wheel options in sizes ranging from 19 to 22 inches and with 3 equipment levels, including a sporty R-Design trim. Regardless of which version you go for, the XC90 has been designed with one thing in mind: to showcase key elements of Swedish lifestyle. That's generous space, the celebration of light, and the focus on the well-being. The Volvo XC90 has the most luxurious interior of any car the Swedish firm has ever made. Its designers have worked to create a pure and uncluttered environment, a very Scandinavian environment. Moving the operation of the car's controls to the new tablet-style touchscreen has minimised the amount of buttons on the dash and freed up space to help give the XC90's cabin a simplistic yet sophisticated feel. This sense of spaciousness echoes throughout the entire cabin. In fact, Volvo cars wanted the inside of the XC90 to be a sanctuary, a place to get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Many elements are actually handcrafted. For instance, the hide on the steering wheel is stitched to the rim by hand. Overall, the XC90's cabin has been designed to offer the calm, relaxing feel of a Swedish living room. And like any stylish living room, there are a few design centerpieces to catch your eye, such as diamond cut controls for the stop-start button, drive mode, and volume control. One of the key selling points of the XC90 has always been its ability to carry 7 people, and this new version has been created to be more roomy and therefore more comfortable than ever before, regardless of where you're sitting. Volvo cars take seats very seriously. Those in the new XC90 were tested with hundreds of people of different shapes and sizes to make sure that everyone can get comfy. The seats are also very slim, not only to mimic contemporary Swedish furniture, but also to free up space for passengers. The middle row comprises 3 individual chairs which can be individually slid forward or backwards or reclined. There are ISOFIX fittings on the outer seats, while the middle one is available with an optional inbuilt booster for small children, and blinds, which are built into the rear doors, provide shade on sunny days. Volvo says the third row of seats has enough space for people up to 170 centimetres tall. Plus, they're raised slightly over the row in front, and they're positioned slightly inwards so that even the rearmost passengers get a good view out. The XC90's boot is also incredibly versatile. You can open it by merely waving your foot under the rear bumper, handy if your hands are full. Also, it has the flexibility and functionality to match the lifestyle of any modern family. Volvo Cars believes in sustainable driving. using new technologies to improve efficiency, but without sacrificing power, fun, or drivability. The twin engine in the range-topping XC90 T8 is the ultimate expression of this mantra. It combines a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with an electric motor for a total of 407 horsepower and a 0 to 60 miles an hour time of 5.3 seconds. And being a plug-in hybrid, it can be driven in pure electric mode, while on the combined cycle it returns 134 miles per gallon and emissions of just 49 grams per kilometre of CO2. That makes it free from road tax and free from the London congestion charge. There is also the new range of Drive E engines, all of which are 2-litre turbo 4-cylinder units. The T6 petrol has 320 horsepower, while this D5 diesel is capable of 49.6 miles per gallon. All XC90 models come with an 8-speed automatic gearbox and all-wheel drive to give you extra grip regardless of what surface you're travelling on. You can choose between 5 driving modes. For instance, select Dynamic, and that turns off the stop-start and calibrates the engine and transmission to react quicker to your demands. You can even tailor the XC90 to suit your style. Individual mode lets you mix and match from the range of options available across the modes to find your perfect driving experience sweet spot. The XC90 is the most technologically advanced car Volvo Cars has ever produced. All driving information is displayed on a clear digital screen, while most of the car's functions are controlled using a 9-inch central touchscreen. The screen has a special anti-glare finish and can be operated with gloves on, handy in cold winter weather. It's also arranged portrait style because in navigation mode this lets you see more of your route, and just like with a tablet, you can pinch and zoom to view your surroundings. The screen layout also makes full use of the optional 360-degree cameras, which let you see your surroundings at up to 12 miles an hour, useful when trying to navigate tight places. You can also operate many functions using voice commands. For instance, if I want to set the temperature, I press this button and then set temperature to 19 degrees.
Temperature set to 19 degrees.
Easy, no messing around with buttons and no taking your eyes off the road. Oh, and I should mention there's a special carbon filtration system that helps to purify the air inside. The infotainment system also lets you browse the internet, create a Wi-Fi hotspot, and in future you'll be able to connect your iPhone via Apple CarPlay, so you can experience iOS on the 9-inch touchscreen and access your contacts, Apple Maps, iMessages and your music playlists on the move. And you can even upgrade to a 1,400 watt 19-speaker Bowers & Wilkins stereo to turn the XC90 into a mobile Gothenburg nightclub. Volvo Cars is famous for safety world debuts. It introduced the first safety belt in a passenger car back in 1959, and its latest innovation is intersection braking. Imagine you're slowing down to turn off a main two-way road. You have to cross traffic approaching at speed in the opposite direction. In case you don't spot oncoming cars, then intersection braking will apply the brakes for you, avoiding or mitigating a collision. Another world first on the XC90 is Run Off-Road Protection. This tensions the seatbelts to hold occupants securely in place should the car accidentally leave the road. Meanwhile, Rear Collision Warning uses rearward radar to detect if a rear impact is imminent and flashes the lights to alert the driver behind. It also tightens the seatbelts and applies the brakes to minimise the effect of any collision on the occupants. Volvo Cars calls this approach to preventing accidents IntelliSafe. Among the other technologies standard on the XC90 is a development of the city-safe autonomous emergency braking, which can spot cyclists as well as pedestrians and other vehicles. It works at speeds of up to 31 miles per hour, day or night, come rain or shine. The car can also warn if there's a vehicle in your blind spot, while lane keeping aid can tell if you're inadvertently weaving out of your lane and can automatically steer you back on track. When fitted with Park Assist Pilot, the XC90 can automatically bay park as well as parallel park in a gap just 1.2 times its own length. And if you need to reverse out afterwards, the cross-traffic alert uses radar units inside each corner of the rear bumper to detect approaching vehicles, cyclists and pedestrians. And should the worst happen, well, the XC90 has 7 airbags, pre-activated seatbelts and uses lots of super tough boron steel in its structure. Volvo Cars' vision is that by 2020 nobody will be killed or even seriously injured in one of its cars. Well, that's the end to the Auto Express guide to the Volvo XC90. However, if you want some more information, you can click the links below the video to go to the Volvo Cars website, or to download a brochure, or to book a test drive.